Two of Hollywood's brightest stars, one of the world's most admired couples, and a love story that millions believed had a fairy tale ending. For years, George Clooney and Amal Clooney have been seen as the picture of elegance, success, and lasting romance. Together they built an image that seemed almost untouchable. But every time whispers of trouble in their marriage begin to circulate, another name quietly returns to the headlines. A woman from George Clooney's past whose relationship with him once convinced many people that she, not Amal, would become his wife. That woman was Stacy Keibler. Long before George Clooney exchanged vows in Venice with internationally renowned human rights lawyer Amal Alamuddin, he spent nearly 2 years in what appeared to be one of the happiest relationships of his life. During that time, Hollywood tabloids were filled with photographs of George and Stacy smiling together on glamorous red carpets, enjoying romantic vacations in Italy, and attending exclusive celebrity gatherings. Their chemistry looked effortless, their public appearances were flawless, and countless entertainment reporters confidently predicted that George Clooney had finally found the woman who would persuade Hollywood's most famous bachelor to settle down. For years, George Clooney carried the reputation of being the ultimate bachelor. Charming, intelligent, witty, and incredibly successful, he had dated some of the most beautiful women in the world, yet he repeatedly insisted that marriage simply was not part of his future. Every new relationship generated excitement, but almost everyone assumed it would eventually end the same way as the others. Then Stacy Keibler entered the picture, and suddenly everything seemed different. She wasn't just another celebrity girlfriend. She appeared to fit naturally into George's private world. Friends noticed how relaxed they seemed together. Paparazzi captured genuine laughter rather than carefully staged poses. Even longtime observers of Clooney's personal life admitted that this relationship felt more serious than many of the romances that had come before it. But what looked perfect from the outside often hid a far more complicated reality behind closed doors. As years passed, stories began circulating that the relationship had not ended as peacefully as fans had believed. Some tabloid reports claimed there had been disagreements over marriage and children. Others suggested that the couple simply wanted different futures. And as with many Hollywood breakups, speculation gradually grew larger than the confirmed facts themselves. Every few years, the old relationship would unexpectedly return to public discussion, raising the same unanswered questions all over again. Why did George Clooney, a man who had spent decades insisting he would never marry again, suddenly propose to Amal only a short time after ending his relationship with Stacy? Was it simply a matter of meeting the right person at the right moment? Or had George's outlook on life changed in ways that nobody outside his inner circle fully understood? These questions have fascinated fans for more than a decade because George Clooney's transformation was extraordinary. The man who once joked endlessly about avoiding marriage eventually became a devoted husband and father of twins. For someone who had openly declared that his first marriage had convinced him never to repeat the experience, this dramatic change left even his closest friends surprised. To understand how such a remarkable transformation happened, we have to go back many years, before Amal, before Stacy, and even before George Clooney became one of Hollywood's biggest stars. George Timothy Clooney was born on May 6, 1961, in Lexington, Kentucky, into a family already connected to the entertainment world. His father, Nick Clooney, was a respected television journalist and broadcaster, while his aunt, Rosemary Clooney, was one of America's most beloved singers and actresses. From an early age, George experienced both the glamour and the pressures of public life. Although fame surrounded his family, success did not come easily to him. George Clooney's complicated relationship with marriage did not begin with Stacy Keibler. It began decades earlier with actress Talia Balsam, the woman who became his first wife. Looking back today, many fans believe that this chapter explains why Clooney spent so many years insisting he would never marry again. George and Talia first met during the mid-1980s, when both were still working to establish themselves in Hollywood. They dated, separated for a time, reunited, and eventually decided to take what seemed like the natural next step. On December 15, 1989, they married in Las Vegas in a ceremony that perfectly reflected the carefree spirit of the era. Their wedding was far from traditional. Instead of a formal religious ceremony, they exchanged vows in front of an Elvis Presley impersonator, surrounded by laughter, music, and youthful optimism. At the time, neither of them imagined that the marriage would become one of the biggest emotional lessons of George Clooney's life. The early months were filled with excitement. George's acting career was beginning to gain momentum, and both believed they could balance professional ambition with married life. But Hollywood has a way of testing even the strongest relationships. As George's opportunities increased, so did the amount of time he spent away from home. Long filming schedules, endless travel, interviews, and the pressure to succeed slowly pushed his personal life into the background. Years later, Clooney openly admitted that he simply wasn't emotionally prepared for marriage. In interviews, he accepted responsibility instead of blaming his former wife. He confessed that he had been immature, career-driven, and unable to give Talia the stable relationship she deserved. It was a rare moment of honesty from a Hollywood star who usually kept his private life carefully protected. The marriage officially ended in 1993 after only 3.5 years. Although the divorce remained relatively respectful, it left a deep emotional mark on George. He later described himself as someone who had failed at marriage and believed he should never repeat the mistake. Instead of searching for another serious commitment, George embraced the life of Hollywood's most eligible bachelor. His wit, confidence, and charm made him irresistible to both audiences and the media. Every time he appeared with a new companion, magazines immediately declared that he had found the one. Yet almost every relationship followed the same pattern. It began with excitement, attracted enormous media attention, and quietly came to an end. By the summer of 2011, George Clooney was once again one of Hollywood's most talked about bachelors. His relationship with Italian model Elisabetta Canales had recently come to an end, and as always, entertainment reporters immediately began speculating about who might become the next woman to capture his attention. At the same time, Stacy Keibler was enjoying a successful transition from professional wrestling to mainstream entertainment. With appearances on reality television, hosting opportunities, and growing popularity in Hollywood circles, she had successfully reinvented herself and was attracting attention for reasons that extended far beyond her wrestling career. Their reunion came naturally rather than dramatically. Having first crossed paths years earlier at celebrity events, they now found themselves spending more time within the same social circles. Mutual friends introduced them again, conversations became longer, and before long they discovered an unexpected chemistry. According to people close to the couple, one of the first things that surprised Stacy was learning that George had actually watched her compete on Dancing with the Stars. Instead of treating her like just another celebrity, he complimented her dedication and praised her performances, something Stacy reportedly appreciated because it showed he had paid genuine attention rather than simply offering polite flattery. As their friendship developed into romance, George invited Stacy to spend time at his famous villa on Lake Como in northern Italy. The invitation was significant. George rarely introduced casual girlfriends to the private world he had created around the lake. The villa was more than just a luxurious vacation home. It was where he relaxed with family, entertained his closest friends, and escaped the relentless attention of Hollywood. When photographers captured Stacy arriving there during the summer of 2011, tabloids immediately recognized that this relationship appeared to be more serious than many of George's previous romances. Almost overnight, the entertainment media embraced them as Hollywood's newest power couple. Every public appearance generated headlines. Paparazzi eagerly waited outside restaurants, airports, film premieres, and charity events, hoping to capture another photograph of the smiling pair. Unlike many celebrity couples who appeared uncomfortable under constant media attention, George and Stacy seemed remarkably relaxed together. They laughed naturally, joked with photographers, and rarely looked irritated by the cameras following them. In October 2011, they made one of their most memorable public appearances at the premiere of The Ides of March. Standing side by side on the red carpet, George looked every bit the classic Hollywood leading man in a perfectly tailored tuxedo, while Stacy turned heads in an elegant evening gown. Fashion critics praised their style, entertainment magazines featured them on their covers, and social media buzzed with comments declaring them one of the most attractive couples in the entertainment industry. Over the next 2 years, they became almost inseparable at major Hollywood events. They attended the Academy Awards, the Golden Globe Awards, the Toronto International Film Festival, charity galas, movie premieres, and exclusive industry parties. Whether George was promoting The Descendants, Gravity, or participating in humanitarian events, Stacy was often by his side. Their relationship appeared stable, mature, and refreshingly free from the dramatic scandals that often surrounded celebrity romances. What impressed many observers even more was how comfortably Stacy fit into George's personal life. She wasn't limited to glamorous red carpets. George introduced her to close friends such as Cindy Crawford and Rand Gerber, trusted companions who had been part of his inner circle for years. She joined intimate dinners, private vacations, and gatherings that were usually reserved for people George trusted completely. The couple even shared lighter moments that delighted fans. One of the most talked-about examples came through George's tequila company, Casamigos, where Stacy appeared alongside him in promotional material filled with humor and playful chemistry. Their interactions felt relaxed and genuine rather than carefully scripted, reinforcing the public perception that they truly enjoyed each other's company. Had George Clooney finally changed his mind about marriage? Friends noticed subtle differences in his behavior. He appeared calmer, more settled, and surprisingly open about spending time with Stacy. Unlike previous relationships, he seemed comfortable allowing the public to see them together frequently. For someone who had always fiercely protected his private life, this shift caught many people by surprise. Speculation intensified even further after reports emerged that Stacy had developed a warm relationship with George's parents. In Hollywood, meeting family members often carries symbolic significance, and entertainment reporters interpreted it as another sign that the relationship was becoming increasingly serious. Every vacation together, every shared holiday, and every affectionate photograph fueled fresh engagement rumors.